What up, guys? I've just been thinking a lot today, and I've got some realizations that I think are really powerful that I want to remember. So mostly I'm making this video to remind myself, but I think it could help a lot of you guys as well. So nothing in life is permanent, right? Friendships, relationships, things, job titles, positions we hold in life, statuses we might have. It can all be taken from you, and the natural life cycle in life is for things to come and go. People come and go out of your life. They may serve a purpose in your life, and vice versa, for 10 years in a relationship or a friendship, and then after it's run its course, maybe you've learned everything you needed to learn from that experience, and it's time to let it go and make room for something new, for the phase you're at now in life. And these type of experiences can be really painful, and more painful than necessary, because of our attachment to them, right? Like, the reason a breakup with a girlfriend or a friend hurts so much is because you got very attached to that person, and some of your identity was wrapped up in them. So when they leave, you feel like you lose a piece of yourself. And I'm not trying to be cynical and say, don't ever, give your full love to a friendship or a relationship, because what if they leave? That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying to have this overarching awareness that, we're born into this world by ourselves, and we'll go out of it by ourselves. And to be truly at peace and happy throughout your life, I think, at least I personally am trying to work towards, evolving out of having so much emotional turmoil and roller coasters up and down based on, the things and the people that I have in my life. I spent a lot of time alone this year as I've been working on, all these goals that I have with golf and social media. And it's taken everything that I've had, and in order to focus and really hear my own inner voice and follow my own vision, I've had to spend a lot of time alone, which has felt really healthy. I'm starting to like myself a lot more. I don't think I really liked myself last year, and so I just kind of kept myself surrounded by lots and lots of friends and acquaintances, and just stayed distracted from ever having to be alone with my own thoughts. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And as I've spent a lot more time alone this year and reflected and analyzed my own behavior, and, poked holes in my own, weaknesses, and tried to work on things, I have a long way to go, of course, but I'm feeling more comfortable being alone. I like the way that my brain works without any other outside noise. A lot of times I walk around the house with headphones in, like earplugs, but with no music, just because I can literally hear my own thoughts louder when I drown out the outside world. And that's how I like to write or do computer work or edit videos. So I'm just trying to say that I just like myself. I have, positive, constructive thoughts flowing in and out of my brain, and that's where I want to stay at. And I guess that's a little bit of a tangent, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm realizing, because I've had multiple cycles in life now of, relationships that flourish and then come to an end, and it always hurts deeply. I take things personally, which is not a good thing, but it comes from this deep desire to never have tension or conflict with anyone, to always be well liked. If someone doesn't like you, it must be a misunderstanding, and you need to work harder to correct that. That's sort of how I've lived my life. And I think that that's something that you just can't control. You don't know what is affecting other people's judgment and opinions. It oftentimes has nothing to do with you, and it's just not a good use of your energy. And so the point I'm trying to make here is that I think I and everyone else would be much happier to live their life in a way where they were attached to nothing, but, at the same time connected. I'm not saying, like, shy away from connection with others. Be connected to everything, and go in with a whole heart to every experience that you have with people, or any other form of connection in life, with places, nature, animals. Like, be all there, be all in. Don't be afraid that, oh, well, it's going to end at some point, so why should I try my hardest? That's not it at all. But having the understanding that the thing or the person is not completing you. It's not, making up a part of your identity. You're your own person, and you're good on your own, and these other things or people can add to your life for moments, and be happy for the, memories that you make together, and things that you share. And then don't, cry for too long when it's over, because, the cycle of life will bring more things to you as you go out into the world and act with intention. You'll attract, more experiences and people. And this also kind of relates to golf. and any other goals or aspirations that people have in life. When we're so obsessed with accomplishing the goal, achieving the status or achieving the job title, in my case, becoming a PGA Tour player and validating, all the hard work to myself and to my friends and family and followers that, I made it and I'm on the PGA Tour. And the same with social media, really solidifying myself as a thought leader and, an inspiring figure in the public eye that helps a lot of people with golf and media, or golf and fitness and health and wellness and mental health. And these are great goals to have, and I'm not going to change them. But being so attached to achieving them and feeling like I suck until I get there, and where I'm at now, affecting thoughts on a smaller level and impacting people on a small level and playing golf at a lower level, like, I suck right now, and until I get where I'm trying to go, I'm nothing. That's flawed thinking, and we all have it at some level. But a truly at peace and happy person would have no attachment to whether they did or did not, achieve their desired outcome, because they realize that it's good to have goals. It's healthy and natural as a human being to work towards positive things. It gives us, something to put our mental and physical skill set towards, and to try to sharpen our craft and be the best we can be and help the world and just raise the bar and the standard of the overall world as a whole. So it's good, but it's not necessary to achieve these things. And even if we do, realizing that once we get there, it'll just be something else. Like if I get to the PGA Tour, then I still won't be satisfied. It'll be like, oh, well, now I got to win. And then once I win, it'll be like, but now I got to, win a major. And then once I win a major, it'll be like, but now I got to beat Tiger's record. And like, it will just never stop, right? Like, you're silly thinking that there's a place in life where you hit a plateau and all of a sudden you're just chilling like, oh, well, this is everything I've ever dreamt of. I don't have to go through that cycle to already understand that that's the way that it works. And the same with the media, like, oh, once I hit 10 million followers on all my platforms and I've helped 600,000 people through my, one-on-one mentorship and fitness programs and golf coaching, then I'll be happy. It's like, no, dude, then you'll compare yourself to someone else that's doing a little bit better and you'll want to beat them. And so just kind of viewing it through this lens that, like, set lofty goals and go after them with everything you have in your heart and all of your passion, but do not ride or die on whether or not the results unfold how you want them to, and stop tying your identity into achievements and positions that you can achieve and statuses that you can achieve in life. Like, even if I make it to the PGA Tour, someday I won't be there. I'll either not be as good at golf anymore, or I'll be too old. And so then it'll be something else that's important to me. I want to be a great father, or I want to be a great grandfather, or I want to do great work in the community. Like, it's just never going to change. And so the thing that we're chasing, it's never the most important. The most important is just who you are as a person. And that same thing goes for relationships. I just feel like I've had a lot of, emotional things have upset me, and I've had my feelings hurt a lot as it relates to relationships with friends and, breakups with ex-girlfriends in the past. These things have always cut me really, really, really deeply. And I'm not saying that, people have wronged me and I'm never at fault. I'm perfect. Like, I'm sure I've had my share in every, tense situation I've ever been in my life. I fully acknowledge that. But, after making every reasonable effort to correct things, if things still don't work out and someone has a, just general sense of tension or distaste towards me, and I can sense that, historically, it's been brutally hard for me to let go of. And I just worry so much about, what I could do different, what I should do different, what's wrong with me. And it's like, it very well could be nothing. Something about you being yourself is triggering something in that other person. It could be as simple as bringing out an insecurity they have. Maybe your goals or the position you're getting to in life is something that they themselves wanted to do and they tried and couldn't, or they didn't have the opportunity to, so they viewed you from a place of envy or jealousy. I think it's very rare, other than, your own mother and father and maybe brothers and sisters, or, a husband or wife. I think it's very rare that people can be genuinely, ecstatic and happy for your success. I think we are all, myself included, just too wrapped up in our own world and our own goals and our own problems to really be there on that level for other people. And so to kind of live expecting, praise and encouragement and support from people, even family, extended family, to just expect that, when you're happy and you're accomplishing your goals in life, everyone's going to be stoked for you, is just simply not true. And it leads to, I've already experienced, a lot more frustration and sleepless nights than are necessary. I could either continue to live this way my whole life and just be bewildered by why certain people don't, why they drift from me, or, as I keep trying to level up in life, why that seems to push certain people away, and, why people judge me the way they do. I could continue to question these things and let it really slow me down, and let it make me feel like, oh, I need to stop being myself. There's something wrong with me. I'm making other people uncomfortable, and, I just want everyone to be happy. Because it's tough, because I hate tension. I hate conflict. I've shied away from it my entire life, even at the expense of my own happiness. I'll eat shit for a long time, even if I am uncomfortable or my feelings are being hurt and I don't like it. I'll stay in shitty situations just because at least it keeps the peace, and I don't have to deal with that point of confrontation or that conflict or that tension boiling over. So that's just a deep-seated thing inside of me, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. But I'm trying to grow out of that because it's a pattern that's repeated a number of times at this point in my life, and I don't want to continue experiencing these same feelings. I feel right now like I'm really chasing my passions, chasing my calling, using the unique skills that I was given and I've worked hard to develop to the best of my ability to rise myself up as far in life as possible and bring others with me and make an impact in the world. So I feel like I'm pretty much checking all the boxes I can think of for a life well lived, and trending to a future that is going to be very satisfying. And so that's about all I think I can take care of on my own part. I'm doing everything I can to work on myself and put good energy out into the world. And so other people are, undoubtedly going to misunderstand that, misinterpret it, judge that, have an opinion on it. And that is okay. It doesn't mean that I need to become cynical and just flip off the whole world. But I'm trying to understand that, I ride alone, and it will always be that way. I love my family, and they will always have my back, and vice versa. And I hope to one day, find a wife and include her in that mix of family and have my own children. And for all the other relationships and interactions in life, I will connect as deeply as I possibly can and give my whole heart to people that I feel are deserving, but withhold that attachment and not feel like, this person or this thing in life, my golf career or social media or whatever other job I may have in the future, none of those things define me. None of those things fulfill me and make me who I am. It could all be stripped away from me, and I could sit the rest of my life, in a jail cell or an asylum and be okay, because I still have my own mind. Nobody can touch that. My own ability to think and process emotions and thoughts and feelings. And as long as I have that, I can be at peace and not need anything. I am not lacking anything in life as long as I have my own mind and health. So, I probably could have written that and tried to make it more succinct, but it also probably would have taken me 3 or 4 hours to try to condense it into a little Instagram caption that's 4 paragraphs long. So that's the trade-off of social media. Probably would have reached more people if I did that, but it's going to save me 3 or 4 hours of time and allow me to move on with my life into a more positive, constructive direction tonight. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And I hope that this was relatable and hit home with a couple people. If you guys want to talk about it, my DMs are always open. My phone's always open. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Love you guys. Take care.